Hello. It's
Hello,
Sunday again.
everyone. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome to Immersion into Source.
You know, I'm trying to check. Does it feel any? It does feel kind of nice that we just have it once a week now, even though this will be the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it feels good. It really
Good.
feels good. Yeah. How about you?
I'll notice it on Wednesday night. It was nice. It was nice. I had somebody call me this week and say, "Hey, can you go out to dinner Wednesday night?" And I said, "No." Wait. Yes. So that was nice. So that was nice. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
and of all the nights for them to ask you, they asked you for Wednesday night.
Right.
Like
So
that was like a source thing. Like, let's show Wendy. Let's have, that's
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. So it was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, okay, everybody. So if you just stumbled upon us and wondering who the heck we are, what we're doing, this is a metaphysical show. We have a topic of the day that we discuss. Today's topic is gut instinct. And before we do that, though, we will have a healing session right here on the internet. You can sit in your house, lay in your house, go out in your cot in your backyard, hammock, go to the beach, whatever, wherever you choose to be. Play the video, and you can fast forward to the healing part if you like. And source energy will flow to you through the magic of the universe, right?
Right.
And it's only magic because we don't understand the science behind it. And everything happens with some science. There are laws of physics, even beyond our earth. We don't understand them all. So we call it magic.
Right.
So, gut instinct. What's that say to you, Wendy?
It says taking action without dwelling over something too much, just following your instinct, just doing what feels natural.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good definition.
Yeah. I think the first time that I realized that I was actually capable of it, or actually noticed it, is I was going for a drive one time and I had an intended route, and I just real spur of the moment just made a right turn and went a different way. And had I stayed on my intended route, I would have been delayed because there's a tree down. Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice when you get those confirmations, because a lot of times we get gut instincts and we act on them and we don't really know, about the tree.
Right.
We just trust that this is a better choice, but it is fun when we get to find out about the tree.
Yes.
But usually you're just like, well, I know there was a tree somewhere. I don't know where, but
Right.
somewhere there was a tree. And this
Right.
is good. So
So for everybody that's with us tonight, if you have any questions or thoughts that you want to talk with us about, or if you want to put your hand up for a healing, right, Karen? Are we going to start that tonight? And
Yeah.
please feel free to let me know. Jot down your message here in the chat room.
Yeah. So we'll have the group healing, and then we'll come back and we'll be talking about gut instinct. And then while we're discussing the topic, if anyone has like a particular issue that they want to put up on the board there and have us explore with them and see what kind of answers we can get and perhaps work on, because can't promise anything. We got to see what source says. Then we'll work get to that. So so Wendy will choose somebody. We'll put it on Wendy. Only because it just works better that way. Plus, I don't see the chats for some reason. I see them like later. I mean, like I see that there's a couple up there, but it just doesn't. I don't get them the way she does. Don't ask me why. Some technical glitch, but that's
Yeah.
okay. I would want to be focusing on them anyway. So
Right.
okay, so let's get going. So the healing part. I'm going to go off screen. It's going to be quiet. There won't be any music playing. There won't be anything happening that you can sense, eyes, ears, touch. But you can feel, and energetically, there will be energy coming through. And so you just be comfortable and just allow, take nice, slow breaths, relax. Oh, that was weird. What the screen just did. I was like, whoa, I'm talking, but nothing's happening. My face is stuck. Anyway, that's it. Close your eyes. It's better to be focused internally and allowing things to flow and noticing where things are happening. And if you don't notice, that's okay. But what you don't want to be noticing is the laundry that needs to get folded and, checking your email or whatever. That kind of takes away from the experience. Okay. So without further ado,
Here we go.
With no
That's
further
perfect.
ado? Something like that. Okay, here we go. Hey.
Hey.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty
Awesome.
fun.
Good.
Yeah,
I tried to say good and cool at the same time. Came out
cool.
cool.
Cool. Let's trademark that.
Yeah, cool. Just in time for Halloween.
Yeah. I had a cool experience. And it didn't involve ghosts this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about anybody else, but I just had this really cool whirring in my head. It was almost like scrubbing bubbles.
Cool.
Yeah, I kind of have a
Cool.
headache. Kind of have a headache now. Not
Oh,
in a bad way though, but
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
No,
okay.
I know. I
Yeah,
well know those.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Our body is like,
Well, what just happened?
yeah, oh, what's going on? Drink lots of water.
I will.
Alrighty. Okay, so gut instinct. Well, does anybody have any comments or questions on the healing or anything, whatever. But if in the meantime, do
In
you
the
have anything you want to
meantime,
get started on or?
all right. So I was just I didn't quite know where to start with this. So I started with the symptoms of a gut reaction. Like how do you know? How do you know?
Because you know.
Right? I know. It's like I don't know how to
You
ask
know that
this.
you know.
Yeah.
And the less you second guess yourself, the more comfortable you are in accepting them when they happen. You know what I mean? Because every time
Mhm.
you second guess yourself, you kind of take away from the instinctual part of it because you start bringing it into your head.
Yeah.
So then it's harder to recognize it. So the more you allow it. So here's the thing. So if you get one, and what you suspect might be a gut instinct, follow it. Obviously not if it tells you to jump off a bridge. That's
Right.
don't do that.
Right.
But if you get a gut instinct to go left instead of right or something, just see what happens and see how you feel when you follow it, when you make that turn, or you buy the banana instead of the apple or whatever it is.
Mhm.
And you go, oh, you know what? For some reason it feels better. I don't know why, but this banana, even though I wanted it, it feels better. And just go with it. But and then you'll recognize, like we were talking earlier about, not knowing about where the tree is. Let go of knowing about the tree.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. We gotta not worry about the tree.
I think that's hard. That's hard sometimes to not worry about the tree.
Right.
Right. So, okay, is our gut instinct coming from our guides or angels? Both?
In its purest sense, a gut instinct is you, because we are tapped into the universe, we are connected to all that is. A pure gut instinct is your body and like, oh, you're moving through the fabric of the universe because there's no place that you're not in the universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as you're moving, your body's going, ew, no, this isn't right. This, we got to go this way. This is, whatever needs to be changed in whatever way. So it's a visceral thing because your body knows. So a gut instinct, what we're referring to is it's you. It's your body. Because every cell is part of the universe. Every nerve ending is part of the universe. Everything is all connected and intertwined. So a pure gut instinct is just those nerve endings going, wow, something's wrong. We need to go that way. There's a tree down over there. you know?
In
Because
what
they can
ways?
feel the fabric. It's like a spider in the web. If they can feel, they're at one end of the web, and then if something comes and touches the web over here, they're like, uh-huh, I know, I can feel it. I'm gonna come over here.
That's a great analogy. Yeah. But in what ways? I mean, we call it a gut reaction, but what other ways? I mean, what are some of the symptoms, I guess you could say, that are things we want to pay attention to?
The hairs on the back of your neck or anywhere, goose bubbles. Sometimes it's like a queasy, sick feeling in your stomach. Sometimes it's a drawing. Like sometimes, you ever go like into a store or somebody's house or whatever, and you just gotta go that way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I just gotta go that way. So your body just kind of goes that way. You know, there are all different ways.
And so many of them we just dismiss.
Right. There's something about the right where your leg meet, where your thigh meets your pelvic, that hip joint. Huh. I never noticed that one. They're saying that that joint sometimes will act like,
Interesting.
this way, go that way. Yeah. I'll have to pay attention to that one.
Interesting. Well, we have a comment. I began feeling a bit overwhelmed, panicky. Started seeing that rotating, spinning lady image. You know, the one who rotates right or left, both, depending on how a person sees it.
The one that rotates right or left, what?
The one who rotates right or left or both, depending upon how a person sees it. I don't think I've ever heard about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're referring to. Sorry.
It's interesting. Yeah.
The only thing
the
only thing that comes to mind is the Merkaba, which isn't a her.
Not a lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
We'll learn something.
Yeah.
Something new.
Okay. When and why? Well, wait a minute. I don't even know how to ask this. When do you want to follow your gut instinct? I think I don't know why I wrote that down, but it just seems like always. When I was saying it out loud, I'm like, wait a minute, always.
Yeah.
Because that was on the question on the webpage. How, when, and why to follow your gut.
Yeah. Well,
so then I just wrote that down, and I'm like, wait, when, yeah. Always. Yeah.
Yeah. Did I put one? I put that in the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to come up with those descriptions.
Yeah, I know. No, and it's
I
fine.
obviously didn't think that one through. But yeah, so when would be always. Again, no jumping off of bridges allowed. That's something else. That's not gut instinct as we're defining it. That's fear, desperation. Yeah. All those things. But underneath all of that is fear. Even you say you're desperate, but because you're desperate, but underneath there, because you're not trusting that things are going to come okay, and because you're in fear.
So that was one of the last things that I wrote on this page is just I know we've talked about it many times, but it just always seems to play in is just how do you distinguish between your gut reaction and fear? How do you know that your gut reaction isn't something out of fear?
Well, this is something we've touched on this before.
Right.
When I'm teaching that class, Entering the Matrix, or even when we're in workshops, or the butterfly experience, the retreat weekend or whatever, for people as they're learning this, I'll say, this is whatever process we're going through. The person has to get from point A to point B. And we want you to do that from your body, from a healing place, not from your head. So, you can very well just get up and go from point A to point B. I mean, there's no problem. Your body knows how to walk. But I try to, sometimes I'm really strict about this. I'm like, just do one step at a time. And at each step, and maybe it's a baby step, maybe it's an inch, you're moving an inch, and touch base with yourself. How does this feel? Does this feel right? Does it feel wrong? Notice how it feels. I had somebody at a cemetery recently, and they were kind of new at all this stuff. And there was an energy at a certain spot. And I said, stand here. See how this feels. What are you noticing? Step back and see what you notice. Because I wanted there to be able to comparison, Step back, how does it feel? Now step back in it, how does it feel? Now go further into it, how does that feel? You just pay attention, notice, take a step, how does it feel? Go to the right, is it better or worse, different? Go to experiment, and so you can kind of, and it takes practice. Sometimes it's real obvious and real easy, and sometimes not so much. But you practice, I still do it, especially, if I'm, we're doing some serious work, let's do this right, and we'll, let's test, let's see, let's make this happen, especially because sometimes, we get these instructions, and I'm like, I want to make sure I got those instructions correct. But yet at the same time, I trust. I know that everything's going to come out right, but
yeah,
there's always, it's such an amazing world, the world of the metaphysical world, the world beyond what we can see. It's so amazing, and I obviously we're encouraging people to explore it, to see in your own way, to recognize that we are much more than this thing that we see in the mirror.
Our skin suit, yeah.
Our skin suit, yeah.
She commented that the lady that rotates, it's a mind bender thing from the internet.
A mind bender thing from the, okay.
Yeah, okay. But there's another question. How do we distinguish between gut instinct and impulse? Thank you. I love that question.
Well, again, it's the results. The proof is in the pudding, the fruit, that's the fruit of the tree, it's so you do an impulse and you end up falling on your face. It doesn't feel so good,
Right.
And, there's something, again, you do an impulse buy, and sometimes afterwards you feel just calm about it, and you're like, yeah, this was kind of an impulse gut thing, and I feel good about it. Other ones you're going, what did I do that for?
Yes.
So
yes.
Sometimes you just go, how do you feel about it? How does it sit with you? You can tell the difference, and so then follow that back. So at that instant of making that decision, go, okay, this feels more like that time I fell on my face. No, this feels more like the time that I avoided the tree. You'll distinguish. And are you going to be perfect at it all the time, 100%? Probably not, because we all got to make mistakes. That's part of life, is learning. That's how we learn, how we grow, how we get stronger. So,
So that's good.
Yeah.
So it seems to me that this is also something that just comes down to faith and trust.
Everything comes down to faith and trust.
Yeah. I love that. And some pixie dust.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah, no. I'm still so. I was telling Wendy before we started. I had two oils next to each other, and I wanted to put the sinus oil up my nostril, and I ended up putting liver oil on oil for my liver. I'm telling you, I got some weird stuff going on here. Like, I can't breathe. Oh, I'm messed up. Oh, that's what I get. I just reached out, picked it up, put it in. I'm like, oh man, this is the wrong one. Ugh. Anyway, excuse me. Okay, back on track. Let's go.
Well, I'm typing a note right now. I'm asking. Actually, I'll just say it out loud since you're done. Does anyone want to, reach their hand up for a healing? Want to bring up something or another question? Because if not, then I'm done.
All right. Have an early night.
Yeah. So we'll give them a minute to say something.
I mean, my sinuses, I could go.
Need some steam.
Oh.
You got a good reaction. You got a good reaction from that. It's capitals LMAO.
Oh yeah. Holy. I mean, really. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, you're funny.
Yeah, so that wasn't a gut instinct. That was an I possibly grabbed the wrong freaking oil.
You're funny. All right, we're gonna give him another minute.
Just to show you the lesson.
Pay attention.
Oh, goodness.
All right.
All right. Well, that's okay. I didn't really advertise about the healing thing. But maybe we'll just say it in the emails. I'll just say, if you want to bring one, fine. If not, fine. It's all good. Right. It's all good. And not everybody likes to do it in public anyway.
Right.
But I just wanted to have that option out there for anybody.
But lots of people don't mind too. There's been plenty of times stuff has come up when it wasn't even offered. Oh, Manu is requesting.
Okay.
He's requesting a healing. But he didn't bring up about what, so that's up to you. Reach out there.
It's not for him.
Requesting to send a healing to his sister-in-law.
Oh, so I just was saying. I said it's not for him. So I'm looking. I'm like, it's not for him. Okay. Is that funny? Right as I was saying that, then he said, "Oh, it's not for me." Huh. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
And then he said thank you. And then we have one more comment on here, and then I think we should end this so you can go take care of yourself there. But I had an encounter with my boss recently. It was pretty emotional at the time, but seems to have really cleared some important stuff for us. Is there anything more I can do to make sure we are on the right path to resolving it?
Be sure that whenever you encounter this person, that you face them face to face and have a smile and keep going. Just hold your space, smile, and go about your business. It seems a small thing, a small gesture, but it'll go a long way to strengthening that trust, that communication between the two of you. Okay? You're not asking anything. You're just, I'm here, I'm solid. Nice to see you. I got work to do.
All right.
All right. Well,
All right.
I don't mind a short night. And I hope all of you guys have a great night. Practice your gut instincts.
Yep.
And don't put
Attention.
liver oil up your nose.
All right.
Okay.
Love you all. Be well.
Good night.
Good night.